It is very sad to look at people suffering, and when children suffer, it is simply impossible to look at it. Alas, but my hero today went through such a huge list of trials that you would not wish on the enemy. It all started with the fact that Dima's own mother refused, after which a whole series of trials awaited him, after which he was still lucky and found himself in good hands. How could this happen in general, and what happened to Dima today? I wanted to tell you today. It's scary to think about the attitude of modern mothers to the continuation of the human race. According to statistics, an average of 400,000 abortions have been performed in Russia in recent years. About 11,000 parents abandoned their children, and more than 400 children were left in maternity hospitals annually. If you refer to the causes and factors of their occurrence, of course you can find as many as you want. They often refer to the desire for an easy life and the weakening of the maternal instinct. Someone complains about the lack of money, and someone even about the mistake of youth. What exactly cannot be done is to consider all mothers of refuseniks to be monsters, because most of them took this desperate step because of some personal tragedies. Few people are interested in the fact that women's hormonal background changes during the childbearing period. They become vulnerable, sensitive to everything, unable to critically assess reality. The departure of a man or the birth of a sick child is a real tragedy for them, which they think is simply impossible to solve. During this period, she needs psychological help from doctors and loved ones. But my heroine today has not received help from either side. In the case under consideration today, in the refusal of the mother from the child, a certain blame falls on the doctors of the maternity hospital, who, to put it mildly, by their wrong actions negatively affected the woman in labor. The birth of Dima with serious health problems caused conflict among the parents themselves, who were waiting for a healthy, beautiful child. Alas, the psychologically depressed mother was not supported by either her husband or doctors. Instead of instilling hope for healing, they only increased the mother's fears by telling her that her baby would not live long. Under such tremendous mental pressure from doctors and her husband, the woman was forced to make an incredibly difficult decision for herself to abandon her child. Dima's big head is a consequence of a number of problems that led him to the ill-fated hydrocephalus. It's hard to believe, but before leaving Dimachka alone with himself, his mother didn't even bother to give him a name. As I understand it, the doctors themselves gave him the name. The name is very strange, Dima Kailkin. I hope this is some kind of joke, even if it is an evil one, but a joke. And if he really was given that name, then I don't even know which one of them is the cripple. Looking at the big problem of the boy, both literally and figuratively, neither doctors nor parents thought that he would live to be discharged. But Dima turned out to be a real strong man, and what else? As they say, to all enemies for evil, he survived. Looking at his well-being, he was discharged and transferred to an orphanage. He stayed in this, to put it mildly, an enviable place for up to 4 years. And if his brothers and sisters in misfortune gradually left for new families, then no one even looked at Dima. At the age of 4, he did not walk or eat on his own. But I've learned to speak a few words and make short sentences. One day, the boy was shown on TV, and then it started. After learning about Dima's fate in the television program, the couple Ruth and Ernest Chavers immediately went to Kramatorsk to help the child. Having completed all the necessary documents, they immediately took him to their home in the USA. Dima turned out to be the 7th child in the foster family, where they began to call him Zebediah. The love of all family members quickly taught him how to use a spoon and speak. And in all his new photos, he began to smile with happiness. The foster parents also took care of the child's treatment. At the moment, experts have determined that there is no danger for him, since hydrocephalus has not affected the frontal part of the brain. Yes, the boy will still have to go through a difficult and long path of treatment, but finding him in the right hands and the very smile that he radiates in them gives us an understanding that everything in his life will finally be fine. Dear friends, if you liked the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel where you will find many more interesting things.